Hey there everyone, I'm Dicebag. Today I'm picking up where I left off with a solo campaign for my monster collecting tabletop RPG, Crytures. So if you like what I'm doing here, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like the video, and most importantly, leave some feedback in the comments, because I'd like to know what people think, obviously. Now, last time I sent out a scouting party from a frontier town, so they can map out the wilderness and look for any points of interest that could be explored in more detail. They got off to a rough start, and found themselves facing down a large pack of creatures. While the party did manage to drive them off, they still suffered some casualties in the process. Squumper and Cheapy were knocked out and had to be revived by their conjurers, which cost some extra resources. Also, creatures are really never happy about being knocked out in battle, so their conjurers are feeling a little tension in the creature-conjurer relationship now. So let's pick up where I left off and finish out that first day of exploration. Alright, so we're back here, and we just got through the encounter with the Torples and the Twigglers, which did not go well for us. However, the guys have taken a little break. They're not really refilling their own health right now. When you're taking a short break, what you can do is spend one stamina point, take a swig of water, one of your units of water here, we got tracking, and that will refill your health. You can also meditate, enter your astral pocket, and refresh your creatures. Heal your creatures up by spending 1 mana. So they have done that, because all of these guys got their creature down in the last encounter. And of course, Cheapy and Arbo have gained 1 enmity, because they don't like to die, even if, they just recrystallize and can be summoned again, and after they're rebuilt, they don't like to go through that process. Squumper, on the other hand, is a construct, and he does not care. He ain't got many feelings, so he's totally cool with it. That's what he's made to do. So now, then we're gonna go on our way to the next feature here. Since Anton scored 2 successes on his tracking roll, he saw the pack of Torples and Twigglers. We could not evade them, however. They were very aggressive and wanted to eat. Fortunately, they didn't get to do that. They ran away after we put up a fight, but they kind of bruised us. Now, on the other hand, we got humans to deal with. He's also finding human tracks, so we're gonna deal with the humans next. The humans specifically that he is able to find. We're just gonna go straight down. So what we're gonna do much like the creatures, roll 3d10. And what we've got is a 3, a 2, and a 9, and that will inform what we've got, what kind of humans we're running into. So the 3 on our first table here is tribesmen hunters. Okay, good. That's a good one. However, let's see. Numbers, we've got 2. So it's just a pair of hunters. Let's see, we've got 2 tribesmen hunters. Now, the 9, the last one, is the hostility. So these guys aren't exactly friendly. But given the size of them, given the numbers of them, actually, the fact that there's only 2 out on a hunting trip, there being 9 hostility is probably not going to make a difference unless they decide to make contact. And I think these guys are just kind of gonna avoid anything for a bit. So they're not going to go looking for a fight, and the hunters are not going to try and fight them, because it's 3 conjurers with the creatures. From civilization. Well equipped. Much better than their spears and their primitive armors. So, we're not gonna do anything there. Just they know they're there, the hunters know they're there, and they're keeping their distance from each other. Usually in the creatures world, humans are not like hugely hostile to each other, so even a 9 hostility, like there's room to like reason with them. They're probably not gonna just come out and like try to kill you on sight. Now on the other hand, we've got the final one that he did not pick up on. So we're gonna roll 3d10 again and see what kind of humans these are. 3, 4, and 10. Oh man, these guys are even more hostile. The tribesmen here are not happy. There's 4 of them. 4 tribesmen hunters. You know, we're just gonna copy and paste this whole thing. 10 hostility. So, this presents a predicament. What do the 4 tribesmen want to do here? Because the other guys don't see them. So why don't we do like some kind of oracle thing? So, let's see. Do the tribesmen confront them? Let's see. We'll do low, no, high, yes. 5. That's a low. Alright. So they do not confront them. They're content to just avoid them. I don't really have too many rules made up for how humans behave as NPCs, so we're just kind of winging it here. So humans aren't going to come after you unless they're like some kind of... Unless they're like, basically the Team Rockets. So we're just going to leave those guys alone. And now, last but not least, since that is all of the all of the features that we've rolled for, Maria is going to finish up the turn with a navigation roll to move into the next space. And let's see. Complexity is density. Difficulty is density plus 5. Complexity is density, so we need 3. And this is referring to the hex that we're currently in. So density is 3. That means the difficulty is 8, and we need 3 rolls to avoid any negative effects. We score a 5, an 8, a 7, a 2, and a 10. Okay, so the 10 counts double. The 8 is a normal success. That means we are able to move on with no issues. Now, if she scored fewer than the 3, then that would actually increase the difficulty for future checks. Oh, also, she does have a compass, I believe. Maria, do you have a compass? Does Anton have a compass? Does Flory have a compass? We forgot the compass. I forgot to give them a compass. Alright. Guess we're getting lost. Alright. Well, no takesies backsies. That was my oversight. These guys forgot to pack a compass. So they're just winging it. They're just going balls to the wall, old school, no technology, judging by the sun and the position of the stars and the clouds. figuring out where they go. But she manages to go. Now the question is, which way do we want to go? Probably in this direction, I would say. This hex right over here, that looks like a good one. I think we'll go for that one. So, next thing, we're going to roll for the terrain. Let's see. We'll roll 60-10. And what have we got? 5. 5 is our first one. So what is 5? 5 is brushland. Nice. Only a density of 2 for brushland. So let's see. Let's get out a brushland tile here. Excuse me. There we go. There it is. So brushlands are a little less harsh than the other terrain. Not a whole lot of dense foliage or anything like that. So easier to travel through. So what are our features that we're looking at? We've got an... Wait a second. I'm looking at the... I was looking at the navigation roll. Okay, never mind. It's not brushland at all. Sag. We are in open woods. So, that's a little less hospitable than the brushlands. But not too bad. It's about equivalent to the wet woods that we were just in. But that means we've got 3 features to roll up here. So let's see. Next die is 5, and in the open ones, that is a hazard. We actually got 2 5s and a 6, so we've got 2 hazards. And what is 6? A sight. Alright. A sight is one of the things we're really looking for. That's like a point of interest that we can mark down and deal with. So we're just going to continue with using the same rolls that we did before. Or the same rolls. So Flory will be the explorer, Anton the tracker, Maria the navigator, and Squumper will be guiding. And let's see. Since Squumper is the guide and we've got 2 hazards to deal with, we're going to be dealing with his rolls right now. Let's see. Oh, right. Up in the top. There we go. Guide. He doesn't roll too many dice for this, unfortunately. And also, unfortunately, he finds nothing. He is not a very good guide. So, what is the first hazard that they run into? Let's roll this one up. Actually, we can just do this with a straight D10. 1 D10. 5? Oof. The rib cage. Okay. One of the things you're going to find in Creatures World is that there's a lot of wildlife that's, well, not so much wildlife. More like, flora, not quite fauna. That is very abnormal. One of those is the rib cage. And this is like an organism that's basically very... How would you describe this? It's like bone. It's like it's made of bone. They have basically plants that are made of bone-like material. And this is a feature of the Creatures World that you'll see crop up a lot in the wilderness. Is that they've got really abnormal types of plants and stuff like that. So let's look up what happens with the rib cage encounter. Oh, this carnivorous cowsid springs up from underground to impale anything that steps on it. So we're not going to use the first property I've got up here because that was made before. So we're going to have Squumper make the following check. Let's see. Agility plus reflexes. What is Flurry's? Flurry's, reflexes. None? None? Oof, that is not cool. Squumper's got to, he's not going to be rolling too many dice here. So let's pull up Squumper's. Now his image is broken. Alright, whatever. We don't need it. We don't need it. He only has a 1 for agility. He is getting moitered here. This, oh man. Let's give him a roll though. 7? Difficulty is 8. Complexity is 4. He needs 4 successes to completely avoid it. He suffers a total failure. Alright, so first of all, he takes 5 damage per failed task. So he takes 20 damage. Now he also, let's see, suffers an agility injury. So he's walking around, scouting the place out, looking around. He's got his shield up and over his eyes, like, ooh, what's that off in the distance? And he just steps into this patch of upset ground he didn't even notice. And out from it comes these spikes of bones curving in towards him. Impales him pretty harshly. Takes a lot of damage. Now, creatures don't normally take injuries, so what's going to happen is that he's going to crystallize. He'll basically become incapacitated and gain another point of enmity. Actually, he has the bodyguard feature, so that's not what happens. He just disappears. So he's gonna be out of commission until they can bring him back. Actually, you know what? They can do that right afterward. I should probably do like a marching order too. That's something I need to deal with. Or, oh, that's it. Great. We've got internet cutting out a little bit there. Wonderful. Anyways. You know what? It might be best if we have everybody make that roll. That way it's a little more dangerous. Let's go ahead and do that. So let's see. Flurry has agility plus reflexes equal to 4. So we'll roll 4d10. She hits 1 success, so she too steps in one of these patches and gets scraped up from the jutting spikes coming out to impale whatever is on them. She takes 15 damage. Does not suffer an injury though, thankfully. Let's see, Anton over here. He does have 1 in reflexes. He only has 2 in agility though, so he's only rolling 3 dice. That's not good. Oof. That's a total failure. He takes the full 20 damage, and he suffers an agility. injury. So when we suffer an injury, what happens is you basically take a penalty to that talent. So we're going to replace his X in the sheet with a 0, with an O rather. And until that's healed, he's not going to be moving much. Or until it's treated, rather. Alright, Maria. Maria's got 4 agility, no reflexes. Okay. She scores 1-8. Alright. She avoids the injury but takes 15 damage. She again gets scraped up by the things coming out to impale her feet. Manages to avoid most of the damage, but it's some scrapes and bruises. And now we got an injury to deal with. Anton. I think Anton might be... Well, he might have to heal thyself. I think he's the only one with the healing skill. He is, in fact, the only one with the healing skill. Well, let's see. We're going to have to take a look at the website here to find the rules for healing injuries. Let's see. Rules section. Adventuring. Let's see. I think that's what we want. Stamina, mana, and restoring. Injuries. There we go. Healing injuries. Here we go. Intellect plus healing is the skill, or the one die pool we're looking at here. So let's see, what's Anton got? So he's got 4 dice. 4 dice for this. He's gonna have to spend some medical supplies to heal himself up. Fix his foot after it's been impaled. And let's see, what is the difficulty we're shooting for here? Difficulty is 10 minus the character's injured talent. Oh! You know what? It doesn't specify before or after the injury, so I'm going to give it to him. So, since his talent is only 2, that means he needs an 8 or more. He rolled a 3, a 4, an 8, and a 3, so he succeeds at 1. And the complexity is the number of injuries he currently has, which is 1. So he only needs 1. He barely scores 1. He takes some time to really patch this thing up, but it's hard. It's hard out here when you're trying to patch yourself up, I guess. So we're gonna actually, let's keep track of the medical supplies in the green here. Let's see, we got 3. Are they spread out? Or does Anton have all of them? Yeah, he's the one who's got all the medical supplies. He's got 3. We're going to knock 1 off to treat the injury. And when we treat an injury, we're going to turn the O into a slash. So we know that it's treated. When it gets some rest, a long rest, and gets, plenty of sleep, that will get better, and he'll regain the point there and not take a penalty anymore. But that was just 1 hazard. Just 1. We still got another one to deal with. So what is our next one? Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, we're going to put a question mark on the previous one, the Tribesmen Hunters, because they did not find those. Alright, the hazard, the next hazard. I think we just need to roll 1d10 and then consult the chart. What have we got? A 7? A stinger nest. These guys are upsetting some hornets, is what they're doing. Oof. Alright, Squumper's back out in front, trying his best. He's trying his best, guys. He's trying his best. He's not very good at it, but he's trying his best. Looking around, trying to figure out what might be dangerous. Any signs that there might be danger or something hazardous around. He doesn't know much about the wild. He's a construct. Cut him some slack. He might be made out of a tree stump, but that doesn't mean he knows anything about trees or anything like that. He's urban. So anyways, he's poking and prodding around with his little sword arm, and out of the trees. Bzzz, big old swarm of hornets or whatever kind of insects we would have in the creature's world. Flying sectids had made a nest in this area, swarming anything that comes close. So, each party member must make the following check to escape the swarm. Alright, we got agility plus athletics. The swarm is coming for him. I think their athletics might be better. Oof. Anton is not going to be good with this. But first, let's start with Flory, since we're going left to right. What is it? Agility plus athletics. She's got 1 athletics and 4 agility. She gets to roll 5 dice. That's pretty good. Let's see. We've got a difficulty of 7, a complexity of density. Ooh. Density is 3. She only scores 1 success. One success out of 3. So that is 2 failures. She takes 5 failed damage from being stung. 5 failed damage per task. Okay, so takes 10 damage from getting stung by the swarm. She's running away, swatting away from them. Eventually she gets free. Now it's Anton's turn. You know what? I didn't think about it before, but they really should have taken a break. So what we're going to do, we're going to knock off 3 units of water. They each take a swig of water. After the last encounter, after they're bandaging up Anton over here, they're going to spend 1 stamina to refill their health. And let's see, does Flory really want to refill Squumper? She probably should. 4, 3, she's going to meditate, refill Squumper's health. Let's see, he's got 50? He's got 50 health? That's quite a bit for a low-level guy like him. Alright, so she's back up to 45 before the encounter. 35 for Anton. 45 for Maria. And, of course, she took the 10 damage from the swarm. Anton is up next. Let's see. What has Anton got? He's got 1 agility. No athletics at all. This guy needs to get out and move more. He's too bookish. 7. Ooh. He does get away. He doesn't take the full brunt of the damage. He only takes the 10 damage. Manages to escape the swarm. Now Maria. running away, swatting it out of her hair or pigtails here. Let's see. What's she got? 4 agility, 2 athletic. She's pretty athletic. She's a ranger, so she's used to getting around. What have we got? Ooh. A 1, 10, 8, 9, 7, 2. So with the 7, 8, 9, and 10, that is 3, 4, 5 successes. She books it. She's out of there. She doesn't. She saw it coming. As soon as she heard the buzz, she was gone. All right, Squumper though. Let's see. He works with flurries, athletics, and he's only got 1 agility, so he's only rolling 2 dice. Poor Squumper is... It's a good thing he has the bodyguard ability, otherwise he would be very upset right now. Let's see. He scores both successes. He only takes the 5. Alright, 5 damage? That wasn't so bad. Of course, these guys are not summoned, so they're not going to be taking damage. They're nice and comfortable in their binding crystals. Until we need them. And actually, you know what? It might be a good idea to keep Cheapy out now that I think about it. I keep forgetting, but Cheapy has an ability too. Let's see. He's got Dark Vision, but he's also got Scary 1. So let's see. When it triggers a morale check, the difficulty is increased by 1, and he reduces the hostility of wild creatures by 1. So if we bring him out and have him travel with us, we're gonna knock 1 off of the hostility for the wild creatures, because Cheapy's a little scary. They have these haunting screams that are supernaturally terrifying. Other creatures don't really like them. So anyways, they managed to escape without too much damage. But they did get roughed up by the stingers, getting stung. Now we move on to the sight feature. So this one is going to be up to, let's see, who's doing the exploring? Flory? Alright. Flory is going to make an exploration roll. So while they're going through this hex, she's kind of breaking away from the party and looking around, getting up in trees and scouting out their area to see if there's anything that might be interesting. And what we've got is, let's see, she rolls an 8, a 7, a 10, a 1, a 2, and a 2. So, let's see, difficulty is density plus 5, that's 8. So, yeah, she hits 3 successes. She only needs 1 to find the site. So now we determine what the site is. Let's see. Let's bring up my tables. Site's down here in the open woods. So we're going to roll 3d10. That's how many entries we've got. How many little things we need to determine. A 1, 9, and 7. Okay, so 1, that is a cave. 9 is the size. And 7 is the features. You know what? We're probably gonna deal with like the features inside of it later on when we actually come back and kind of check out the cave with another party. Right now we're just going to make a note that the cave is there. And also, so there's also rib cages and stinger nests. So the next party better be careful when they come through here. But we are not here to actually delve into any dungeons. We're just exploring. And let's see. 2 hexes down. It is currently 4 p.m. in the afternoon. So we're going to take 1 more hex. Let's see. Actually, we need to drop them down 1 stamina each because that's how much it takes to traverse a hex. Alright. Anton's looking a little rough. Poor dude. Not as rough as the creatures have had it, though. Alright. So the next thing, let's see. Oh, we have to navigate. Don't get lost, don't get lost, don't get lost. We have no compass. Bada bing, bada boom. What are we looking at? Density plus 5. Oof. We need to hit an 8 3 times. We hit 9, 2, 7, 1, 8. We hit 2 successes. That means we have a penalty of 1 for the next navigation roll we do. Alright, so we're gonna have to mark that down on my little time tracker over here. Now we're gonna roll for the terrain here. Let's see, bring her at our 6d10 for a new hex. 1. Alright, so we're still in open woods for our terrain. We're gonna go out here a little bit. And let's see. As far as our features are concerned, we got 3 features, and the next 3 dice are 4, 9, and 4. Alright, so 4 is a hazard. Nine is a creature. And then another 4 is a hazard. These guys are running into all kinds of problems. Alright. Let's see. What do we want to do first? Well, we got the hazard first, so we better roll, make the guide roll for Squumper here. Alright, what are we looking for? Density plus 5 is our difficulty. So we need an 8. We hit a 9, 3, 2, and 4. Alright, so that's 1. We find 1. So we do find that first hazard. What is the first hazard, at least? 2? Let's see. Dense brush. Oh, wonderful. It doesn't matter if we found that because we'll have to deal with it anyways. Or does it? Let me see how I ruled this on the stuff. You know what? Since he did find it, we're going to rule that he can bypass it. Because otherwise, what's the point? Now, we did not find the other hazard, but we will run into it eventually. But first, we need to deal with the creature problem. And that means Anton's turn. Anton is our tracker, so he's going to be looking for signs of wildlife. Ooh. He is good at this. This is like the one thing he's good at. Let's see. It says, let's see, density plus 5, so he's rolling for 8. 3, 4, 2, 4, 9, 9, 9. He scores 3 successes. He could find all the creatures if he wanted to. So yes, he does find the creatures. He does pick up on the trail. Let's find out what exactly they are before we move anywhere. So let's see. We need 3d10 to determine the nature of these creatures. And we've got a 9, 6, and 8. And we determine what the creatures are, even though we're not being ambushed or encountered by them, because we might want to go out of our way to ambush them ourselves. You know, sometimes you want to catch more creatures. Let's see, we've got 9. 9 is a Horpit. Let's pull them up. Let's pull Horpit up for y'all. Hold on. Let's pull it up in a new tab. There we go. Alright. These little guys. Little fairy types. Of course, these guys are not solitary. They are, however, let's see, 6 and 8. 6 on hostility. Let's see. Horpit. 6 hostility. Just making notes here. And then 8. 8 is party plus 2. So we're looking at a total danger of 11. 11 damager. Danger. Thank you very much. Okay, so the thing about Horpits is that they are social and they like to hang around other types of creatures and, you know, play little concerts for them and on their harpstrings and beguile them with their enchanting fairy-like charms and get them to do their bidding. So we're gonna roll an extra die to see what kind of creatures he's hanging out with. Actually, I should be on the day one, not the morning one, but it's the same encounter. Whoops, not a D8. A D10, thank you very much. 9. There's 2 Horpits. Interesting. 2 Horpits. Okay, so we're gonna roll again. 4. With Budleys. Alright, so we've got 2 Horpits. They're 2 danger apiece. So that's 4. That means there's 7 danger in total left for Budleys. 7 Budleys, or Petules. Their metamorphosized version. Let's see. Let's say that since... You know what? No, actually, that might be worse. Okay, let's do an oracle. Actually, hold on. That's a sucky oracle. I don't like that one. We're sticking to D10s. All right. Is there a higher metamorphosis among them? Highs yes, lows no. No. Okay, they're all first stages. So we've got 2 Horpits and 7 Budleys. That's a big pack. And they are 6 hostility. That's just enough that they will actually go out of their way to attack us. However, like I said earlier, Cheapy is scary. Cheapy is scary. He has an ability that reduces hostility. So I'm going to rule that since they picked up on the tracks, they are going to pull out Cheapy bring him out. We're gonna have him travel with everybody, just as a precaution to keep any of these wild creatures at bay. And that will be enough to reduce their hostility back down to a point where they don't come looking for us. Because Cheepy's a little scary. It's going around going, wah, wah. And of course that's way scarier when it's backed by supernatural undead magic, like Cheepy is. And they don't want to deal with that. Because actually... Oh, that's right. Horpit is also vulnerable to undead creatures, so... He don't really want to tangle with that anyways. Neither of them. Horpits are kind of lazy. Alright, so... We've got... a pack of creatures around here. We got a... hazard we dealt with, we circumvented. We got a second hazard we need to deal with, and then we'll be through this hex and through our first day of travel. Let's see, what have we got? 3. What is 3? Uneven ground. Okay, so it's rough terrain we're dealing with, that's all. Hazards, let's see. Uneven ground. Burrow holes, small hills, and other changes in elevation make walking across this area difficult. Traversing the space takes an additional 1 hour per density, unless each party member makes the following check. Okay, is this a collective check? What was I writing down here? Okay, let's see, we got agility plus reflexes versus density plus 4. So we're looking at a difficulty of 7. So everyone's gonna have to make this check, or we can how am I gonna rule this? I didn't think this through when I wrote it out, did I? Let's go ahead and make it like a collective check. So each success... Wait a second. I don't think I even finished this one. No, wait. No, wait. I definitely did. Yeah, okay. That's a... The way I've got it set up here, on a success you ignore 1 hour of penalty. On a failure you take 5 damage, presumably from like exhaustion or twisting your ankle or whatever. And then on a total failure you take an agility injury. So we can either take it slow and basically add 3 hours to our travel time, which sucks. That's gonna put us... What? 1, 2, 3? That's gonna put us like 10 at night before we can start making camp. That's bad. That's just bad. So, that's a tough decision. Because we don't want Anton to suffer another agility injury. You know what? I'm gonna rule it as a collective action. So everybody's gonna take the thing. Except for Anton. Anton is gonna opt out. He's gonna go at the back of the party and just follow the path that everybody else takes. So this is why we playtest, because sometimes what I write down doesn't always pan out with the way it plays in the actual game. So Anton's gonna take up the rear, let the other ones, you know, deal with their stuff, and they will be making the agility plus reflexes rolls. So we're gonna start with Flory over here. Actually, let's start with Squumper. Squumper is going to make... You know what? Squumper is breaking up the rear too. He's not very good at this. We're going to go with Florey. Florey's going to do it for us. Florey's got 4 agility. What was it? Reflexes? No reflexes. Just 4 agility. Okay, that's not bad. Ooh. Okay, we're looking for a 7 hit. We got a 6, 4, 10, and a 5. So 10 is a double success. A critical success, so we've got 2. Maria? Let's see, what does she have? She's got 4 agility. Also no reflexes. Okay, so same roll. Ooh, she scores good. She rolls an 8, a 5, an 8, and a 10. So that's 4 successes. She definitely finds the way through this. Yeah, she basically carries the team. All right. Actually, okay, yeah. Let's do it this way. So since Florey made the first one and she only scored 2 successes out of a total of 3 that we needed, she is going to go ahead and take the 5 damage for the failure. And then Maria, who, if she had gone first, would have succeeded entirely. She's going to pick up the rest of it. So let's see. Dude, I don't think I really thought that adding a few hours of travel was going to be like such a brutal thing. I guess it makes sense that we could kind of break it up and make camp now and then when we're like in the middle of the hex. And then go the rest of the way. Maybe that's what we'll rule it. I'll have to make a note of that. I'll have to... Future dice bag. Here boy, remember this. This is the point where you need to go back to and make the note for. Alright. Alright, so let's see. It is time to set up camp, I think. Let's see. It's what? It's like 9 p.m. when they're setting up camp. This is a pretty rough one. They're setting up camp pretty late. Let's see, we want to knock another point of stamina off of the team. Anton is getting really weary. Let's see. Squumper also loses one. He's not quite as durable as the other guys. Sheepy's only been out for one hex, so he's not too worried. He's still relatively fresh. Well, let's see. Let's bring up the camping rules. Camping. Getting a good night's sleep is difficult when you're roughing it in the wilderness. Resting in the wild without preparation imparts the following penalties. The party only recovers half the stamina they normally would. The party only recovers half the mana they normally would. Every 4 hours, roll on the feature table of the space the party is resting in. If a creature is rolled, an encounter begins. And then each member must make the following check at the end of the rest period, which is any talent plus survival. And if they fail, they suffer a random injury. They had a bad night's sleep, they came down with a cold, or woke up with a crook in their neck, something. Something happened because they didn't set things up properly or get proper nutrition from their meals or whatever. Alright, so first thing we're going to have to do here is make camp. Somebody's going to have to make camp. We need fitness plus survival or mechanics. So who's our camper? Let's see. Fitness is what we're looking at. Okay, so fitness plus survival, 3 and 2. Okay, so it looks like Flurry is our best for setting up camp. So we're gonna have her make that roll. And setting up camp takes 2 hours. So we're going to mark that down on our tracker, our time tracker. Alright. So the difficulty is 10 minus density, so it actually gets easier the more dense the space you're in. And since we're in a space with density 3, we're looking at 7 as a difficulty. We roll an 8, a 4, a 10, a 7, a 2, a 9. We roll plenty of successes, man. What is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 successes. Complexity is 1 plus. Okay. So for each success, we get to choose a benefit. We got party recovers the full amount of mana during the rest. And any creature encounters during the rest get -2 hostility. So we are able to find a place that is both comfortable to sleep in and defensible if we're come to face to face with any creatures. And probably out of the way, so harder to find. Good job, Flurry. We needed a win. Now comes the hard part, making a campfire. Alright. An open fire can be used for... Hold up, what is going on? Alright, an open fire can be used for warmth, cooking, and keeping wild creatures at bay. Alright, so who... Intellect plus survival or mechanics is our role. So, let's see. Flurry is busy setting up camp, so let's see what's Maria got. She's got 2 survival and 2 intellect. She's not super smart. Anton's got 3 intellect and 2 survival. Okay, so he's pretty good at setting this step up. Actually, both of these guys could work together to do it and pool their rolls. So let's go ahead and do that. Actually, we could have Maria go out and forage or something. Look for some extra food around. Let's see, that's intellect plus healing. That would be another Anton job, actually. Let's see. We do have a flint and steel, so that gives us a bonus to making a campfire. I did remember to do that. I remembered the flint and steel, but not the compasses. They've all got flint and steels to make fire, but they ain't got the compasses. Would be easier if we just had a fire creature, but we ain't got that. Nobody brought a Torkish, which would have been really useful. You'd think these nature dudes would have brought like a fire creature with them, but no, they picked the construct, the zombie chicken, and the kung fu squirrel as their companions. Alright, anyways, what are we looking at? Intellect plus survival or mechanics. Difficulty is 10 minus density, so we're looking at a 7. Complexity is 3, but it's cumulative, so across multiple successes. You know what? If we need 3 successes to finish it, I think we should just pool our resources and eat rations. We've got plenty of rations. Alright, so let me mark this on our tracker. We're going to have both of these guys build a campfire at the same time. They'll help each other out. Anton, give us a roll. Anton rolled a double crit, so he didn't actually need any help. All right. Anton says, I don't need any help. Maria, go look for some food. Alright, let's change Maria's campfire slots to foraging slots. And we'll see what she can come up with. It can't hurt. It's just a bonus roll. Let's see, what is it? Let's see, I made the foraging roll intellect plus healing, but I'm also thinking I should make it or survival, because obviously looking for food is part of the survival skill. But healing is like a secondary one, like nutrition and herbs and stuff. So, let's see, intellect plus healing or survival. She's only got 2 intellect, no healing, but 2 survival, so she's gonna roll 3 dice. No, 4 dice. 4 dice. I'm shorting myself. 7, 8, 3, 7. Alright. Difficulty is 10 minus density, so this gets easier the more dense it is. So, that means we need a 7. Alright. We score 3 successes. Let's see, that means we find 1 water source or rare sub-creature per success. There are no water sources in this square or rare sub-creatures. Sub-creature, by the way, is the term we're using for basically any, like, non-intelligent life. So, plants, basically anything that's not a creature. Plants, insects, trees, the weird things like the rib cage that we dealt with earlier, those are sub-creatures, and all the weirdo things. And we don't have any rare ones in this hex, so none of that. Additional successes provide your choice of either 1 pound of food or 1 unit of medical supplies. So we're gonna take... Oh, we scored 3 successes? We'll take 2 extra food. Bring our food stocks up to 14, and then we'll put 1 more in medical supplies. We'll find up some nice medicinal herbs there, along with some food. You know what? For flavor's sake, for the sake of flavor, let's roll for what we found, because I have a table for that, just for flavor's sake. All right, 2 and a 5. This will give us a little insight into the creature world. All right, we got some nice fruit from a fruit-bearing tree. Probably some apples or something like that. Then we found some 5 is a tree lynx. Okay, she finds a chain of like hairy meat. Basically, these tree lynx are things that kind of attach to the side of a tree and suck the sap out of them. They grow really long tails with almost like sausage links in them. So she finds one of these and slices off a big chunk of the tail, brings it back with the fruit she picked up. They got a nice little bounty here, so they're gonna cook that up for their next couple hours. How long does it take to cook? Let's see. Cooking, let's see, 2 hours to cook raw food. So, they're gonna be going to bed late. Who is good at cooking, though? That is the question. Actually, they can all kind of work on cooking, can't they? Let's just make rolls as a formality here. But they're probably going to succeed at cooking 3 pieces of food for themselves. Let's see. Sense plus survival or healing. Difficulty 7. 1 minus... Okay, 1 per party member. Yep. Yeah, that's a success. They have no trouble cooking these things up. I bring out... They make a nice little stand with like a rotisserie thing across the top and tie them over the fire. Put the lynx after they skin them. Wrap them around there and cook them like a, you know, like a shish kebab or something. And then they can just bake the apples all nice. Or just eat them. You could just do that with apples. And I'm gonna spend a while sleeping now. Let's see. Let's mark down the cooking. And then they're going to bed like right at midnight, basically. Well, yeah, right at midnight. The sun's down. And has been for a bit. So, let's see. They did pretty well at setting up camp. They are pretty prepared. This went better than the trial run I did a while ago before I actually recorded anything. They sucked at setting up camp that time. But let's see. So, let's see. Since they succeeded so well at cooking the food, they regain the full amount of stamina, and they get a +2 roll modifier for the check to see if they had a good night's sleep at the end. So, let's see. They regain 1/4 of their stamina and mana for every 2 hours that they sleep. Oh, I remember something. One of these guys has an ability. Yeah, Anton. Anton has something called Natural Conjurer, which means that he can keep his creature summoned while he is asleep. So Cheapy, he's not a night owl. He's not an owl at all. The night chicken. A night chicken with his dark vision and scariness is going to be able to basically stay up all night. But we might want to give him some help along the way. Let's see. First of all, they're going to meditate and refill Squumper's health. She goes down to 2. And let's see. Anton is just going to sleep all night. He's not going to actually be on watch because Cheapy will take that for him. He'll be up and awake. Let's see. As far as the watch goes, let's see. So they have exactly 8 hours to sleep. Maria only needs like 4 hours of sleep, really, to recover all her health. She came out of this pretty unscathed, really. So she's going to take, let's say, yeah, she'll take 4 hours of watch. Oh, I'm putting that in the wrong slot over here. Alright. So Maria is going to take the first 4 hours. Actually, she will take the first 2 and the last 2. So she can get those 4 hours of sleep in there. Okay, Florian Anton gonna sleep then. Let's see, Cheapy does need to sleep a little bit to recover his stamina. So he's not going to be up all night. So let's say after Maria's first watch, Cheapy is going to come in and help out with the watch. I'm just doing a little bookkeeping here. He'll watch all through the time where Maria is asleep. Now let's see, Flory. She needs what? She needs at least 6 hours of sleep, probably, to top her back off. So she will sleep for... Yeah. There we go. She'll take 2 hours of watch. While Cheapy is out there, and of course Squumper will be out there watching with her. Actually, we're going to bring Cheapy out a little later. So first watch, we'll have Maria in there. Then when she gets tired, we'll switch to Flory and she'll watch for a few hours with Squumper. And once they're done, Anton is going to bring out Cheapy, and he will hang out for the rest of the night, keeping watch because he is a zombie chicken that can see in the dark and is scary. And in the last couple, let's see, Maria can also have Arbo out, actually. So she will also have that. Arbo hasn't really done much. And of course, Anton is going to sleep for the entire time because he is injured and he is tired and he is low on stamina and he needs to recover. I'm tired. My foot hurts. Oh, I need to rest. Oh, that's Anton right now. So yeah, that's what he's up to. And we will go ahead and roll for encounters. So let's see. For the first one, let's see, where is the camping one? Every 4 hours, roll on the feature table of the space the party is resting in. If the creature is rolled, an encounter begins. Nine. I believe that is a creature. Yep, that's a creature. They're getting interrupted. What kind of creature are we dealing with? 3, 9, and 2. Alright. So it is solidly at night. And 3 at night is Fluthers. Fluthers! Alright. Let's bring up Fluthers so y'all can see it. There he is. A fluffy little snake ferret. Beast and poison type. Now, by the way, beast type creatures are pretty much always some kind of like chimera or weirdo combination that's not quite just one animal or another. So that is why he is both a snake and a rodent. So we got a pack of these guys. Okay, hold on, I need a drink. Alright, so we've got a pack of these little guys, and the next 2 dice, let's see, is 9 and 2. Hostility is 9. These guys are hostile. Quite hostile. But 2? 2, what is 2? 2 is party minus 3 danger. So 8 danger in total. So these guys are pretty weak. They're only 1 danger. That means there's quite a few of them, though. Let's see. I don't have anything dealing with, like... Yeah, I didn't make any rules for like surprise or anything. We're gonna say that since we did have someone on watch, we were not surprised. So let's see, who is it? Flory is on watch? Alright. Flory with Squumper are on watch. They catch these things moving around and wake up the party. So we're gonna do another battle montage here real quick. Actually, it's probably a good place to end it right here, on a little bit of a cliffhanger, so that's what we're going to do. We're going to end it here. We'll deal with the 8 Fluthers next time. Oh wait, hold on. Let's do an oracle first. Let's figure out exactly what we're up against, and then we'll end it on a cliffhanger there. So let's see. Are there higher level creatures here? Highs, yes. No's low. 10, yes. Okay, there is a higher level one. Is there more than one? Yes. Okay. Let's see. So their metamorphosis has a danger of 3, and they only have 8. 8 total. So they can't fit a second one in there, or they can't fit a third one in there. But there is more than one. So we've got 2 of their metamorphoses. So let's see. Let's bring up the Fluther category. Let's bring 1 Fang, 1 Scamp. Ooh, we don't have... Oh, wait. This would be the Metamorphosis, but he has not been updated to reflect that. It looks like his stats are correct, though. Okay. Alright. So we've only got 4 of them, but 2 of them are kind of strong. Let's go ahead and convert their health down to tasks. And 6 for the little guys. So we've basically got like a little family coming after us. They see some nice morsels around this campfire. Cheapy's not on watch yet, so they're not even scared. They just see the fire and they're like, ooh. Actually, hold on. Let's see. Creature encounters during the rest get -2 hostility. That would not be enough to stop them from attacking. They'd still be 7 hostile. So, yeah. The encounter goes forward. Our heroes are awakened, Well, heroes. They haven't really done much heroic yet. Anyways, they're awakened by the sound of Flory shouting at them to get up, and Arbo over here chittering at them really frantically to get up, get up. As these things emerge from the bushes and slither out to attack at them. And that's what we'll call it. So thanks for watching. Hope you guys are enjoying this. We'll catch you next time with the adventures of Flory, Anton, and Maria on their little scouting mission. Their first day is done. Just gotta get through this fight and deal with the consequences and pick up where they left off for the next day. We're gonna be going in a nice little circle over here to try and cover as much ground as possible. Over in this area, they've already picked up one site, which is a nice little bonus for them. That's something that another team later will be able to pick up and, you know, explore on their own. So anyways, that'll be it. Bye!